Hey buzz, welcome back to Madables and welcome back to another Owl House. Owl House. This is called Hooty's Moving Hassle. Get the reference? I get the reference. I understand the reference finally. I just got into Studio Ghibli movies like somewhat recently. I've only seen like 3 or 4 of them, I think. And once we wrap up Gravity Falls, you guys are gonna be seeing a little bit more random ass movies and stuff like that coming up. So I guess stay tuned for that. Let's get into it. Hi, how's it going? Check out this thing. Greatly appreciate it. Consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you enjoy the content, just leave a remark. I love reading through the comments. You guys make me happy. Makes my day. Thank you so much. Let's get into episode 6. Oh.
Watch closely, Luz. Hex's Hold'em is the most tricky.
Hex's Hold'em. Dude, they're pretty clever when on the show, man. The writing is top tier. Honestly, this and Gravity Falls, they're pretty funny. They know what they're doing.
The paper rectangles that old people think are fun.
Excuse me. These are pretty cute. Look at that little cat squirrel thing on the top left. Then we have a demon girl, side profile, a dead skeleton. Isn't the skeleton already technically? Anyway, fish being speared through 3 times. That's overdone. That's way too much killing of a. If you throw 3 spears at a fish, that thing is eviscerated. All right, the meat's probably not even good at that point anymore. Just leave the fish alone. We have a face in the moon. We have a symbol. We got some clouds. Another devil demon thing. 2 triangles and a bug. And a bug. Okay.
Woo! I win! In your adorable.
They activated our trap card. That's what happens. You gotta combine your monster cards with your trap cards and make them stronger, Yugs. Could you imagine? Look at this place. Look how, like, again, like, we're talking about, like, the whole, like, Doom structure. Like, you have, like, giant, like, body parts or caves, teeth, whatever the fuck it may be. But then you have this house that's being held up all the way up. Could you imagine having to live up there? How do you even get up there? The houses are all around this thing. There's no way I would trust that thing. Unless, like, you know the guy. But even then, like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Whoa, that is one ominous parade.
That's no parade. Those are demon hunters.
Oh. It'd be cool if we got into, like, the demon hunter portion of the show. I'm kind of into this. We've dabbled in some of the creature, what do you usually call it? Bestiary of, like, all the things that you can bump into and stuff like that. I always love the creativity and the designs of, like, all the weird shit you can bump into. What's dangerous, what's not dangerous, whether they just hunt for food, what's they're killing because they're trying to save people. You know, it's always fascinating to see that kind of thing. And when they come into this kind of show where, like, weird things are normal, what's the weird stuff that we hunt? What's actually dangerous?
We are gonna have our own Moonlight conjuring. Are you serious? This is on my bucket list. After all.
Hold on. Bucket list. Grow haunted beard. Huh. Haunted beard. Lose my baby fangs. Okay, sure. I mean, that's going to happen at some point. I mean, I would hopefully before you die. Finish digging tunnel under Hex side. Sure. Own human bucket for your bucket list. I guess that checks out. Moonlight conjuring. Absolutely. Get my swamping permit. Be the surprise in a cake.
Goes by Grimhammer. If anyone has what you need, it's him.
Ida, Gus and Willow and I are gonna do a Moonlight conjuring and stick it to Amity, so can we not?
Okay, real quick. I was waiting for her to finish talking, but she was rambling. If I have to come back later, I won't. You won't see me again. I'm telling you, if I have to, like, I get all my outside of the house stuff done before 1 p.m. And then once it's 1 p.m., I'm not leaving the house. I don't like to, all right? That's when traffic happens. That's when all the people get off their jobs and stuff. I don't want to be in there. I want to be home. I want to be prepared. I'm settled in already, all right? So I get up early. I get all my stuff done. I come home, and then I hibernate. And then I restart the next day. And it's been working so far. It's pretty good.
Thank you, Luz. Did Ida say it was okay?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine, all right? What's the worst that can happen? Oh, it's called Hooty's Moving Hassle. So they're going to turn the house alive and Hooty's going to take control, and then we got to deal with that shit. Well, that does seem a little extreme, and I guess we got to go deal with that.
Make sure Hooty doesn't get into any trouble.
Hoot hoot! I don't need a babysitter! I'm a big boy house!
Shut the fuck up. How do you guys like this dude? I can't stand him, man. I can't stand him.
You can count on me. I never betray your hard-earned trust.
You're acting.
I'm just saying, I think if Hooty had arms, I feel like he would kidnap children. You know? I feel like Hooty is the, I don't know. I feel like he's locked in here for a reason. And I don't know why he's here or why he's the house. Is he made of the wood? Is he the house itself? Which portions does he control? You know? I just feel like he needs to be watched at all times.
Hooray! Finally, someone to listen to my stories! Okay, one time, a sparrow flew into my mouth, and then I...
And then you what? And then you what, Hooty? What did you do with the sparrow that flew into your mouth?
Hey!
Okay, thank you. Oh. Thank you so much for not killing that sparrow.
Well, first, we find an object to animate. Since it's our first time, we should pick something meaningful.
All right. I wouldn't want to pick anything that's already living. So flowers would be out of the question. All right. If this was your thing, if this was your first seance, whatever you want to call it. All right. What would you want to bring to life that you think would be responsible, that could pose some kind of benefit potential, that would be cute? Just in your experience, what would you want to do? I think I would want to get something that can't get out of control. So I don't think I would do a doll. I don't think I would do a plant because I would feel bad. Because what if they're like, oh my God, you're not feeding me enough. Oh, I'm dying. You know, what if it gets out? Like maybe a candelabra. You know, fire's a little dangerous, but let's do it without the fire. It could be like, we could set up like a whole Beauty and the Beast kind of situation, right? Maybe we bring alive some dishes and sponges and we all clean the kitchen or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a little bit safer. We won't do dishes, but at least a candelabra would be kind of cute. Something small and manageable and something you can grab and hold down. Okay.
On the other hand, we've got a giant walking house and should totally take it on a joyride.
No. What? Like... Dude, there is no good thing that could happen from taking this on a joyride. Right? The amount of scratches, the things that would break, the house moving around itself, there's like all the dishes are done. They're already done. Everything's broken in here. Okay, you might as well go back in. You gotta clean up this shit because otherwise we're getting murked.
Amity's updating her Pinstagram.
Shout out to my fellow witches. #humans can bite it.
Oh my God, how you guys defending Amity? She's just a jerk. God. I love her hair, but she's just horrible. God, I know we're probably gonna dive more into it later, but in the beginning, chill, dude. You gotta chill.
Let's do it.
We're about to get fucked by those demon hunters, though. That's not gonna happen, right? I mean, it's just a moving house, so I don't see it being that big of a problem. I figured they would actually have like a hit list of things they would want to take out. But like seeing like a walking house, like I feel like it's a little bit more normal than what we get it credit for. You know, it's not like it eats and breathes. Who do you eat and breathe?
I need some of this elixir.
Oh, this is one wicked brew.
How do you know what this is? It can't be the shape of the bottle. It's got no instructions on it. They already ripped the tag off. How the fuck do you know what's on there? Yep.
Giant crossbow.
Okay. Well, I was a little afraid it was going to hit the house and it was going to hurt Hooty and then I would feel bad for Hooty and I would end up being on Hooty's side. But the fact that it just went over and holding him down, I think we should be okay. I don't want to be on Hooty's side. At least not yet. I still don't trust him.
Hooty would taste terrible.
Hey, I'm a refined taste, Hoot Hoot.
You are not helping our cause, dude. You're trying to fucking help you here. Honestly, I think I would try the house leg meat though. You know, they are giant chicken legs. You know, I think it'd be pretty good. I'd be into that. I'd buy that if I had the snails for it, I guess.
That's right. I've seen your wanted posters.
Oh, shit. Wow. Wow. That is kind of nuts. Hey, he made it on there too. Look at that. Little kitty patootie. That is... All right. So he was going to get 1,000. Technically, he wasn't going to make this deal at all, was he? That is 1 trillion snails. That's fucking crazy. What did you do? 1 trillion snails? And you were upset about 1,000? Holy shit.
around here. I wonder how much the Emperor's Coven would pay me to hand you over.
Well, it says on there. It tells you exactly how much they would pay. Did you read the paper? It tells you. It tells you the exact amount that they would. Okay, I'll wait for you to read it. Did you just kill a man? He had a pretty cool spell though. I kind of liked it. I don't know what it's like version of magic that is, because it's basically like an enhancement thing. Because he used it to shock the guy earlier, but then he used it to enhance his hand with electricity. So it could just be electricity-based magic. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a battle mage kind of vibe. I like that a lot.
Oh no, I don't mean to step on this victory, but we gotta get home before Ida does.
That's nuts. Okay, he's alive. He's fine.
They're just children, Tom.
Yeah, he's got a point there. He's got a point.
Wait, was that my house?
Yeah.
Ida, quick!
God, dude. There's no way, man. If I was in that situation, if I was Ida right here, I was chained up and you're like, hey, Matables, catch. And you threw the glass up, it would shatter on my face. It would just break. I'd get all a bunch of cuts. I'd start bleeding. I'm not catching a bottle in my mouth like that. It's not gonna happen, dude. I can't.
Is the room spinning or is it just me? Just a little house humor. Whew.
Sorry about all that, Hooty.
It's okay. I'm just glad I was included.
Alright, I feel a little bad for him. You know, maybe we do gotta include him a little bit more. Maybe he's just, you know, separated because he's stuck on the outside of the house, kinda. Wait, is that the rest of his body? Is he not actually the house? Is he just the door? Does that mean she's keeping him hostage? We need lore. We need more information.
Now get to work.
I can't believe they animated a whole house.
Yeah, you're right. That takes some powerful magic.
Yeah, I was kind of questioning about that too, because I didn't know if like the actual like reanimating spell took a lot of mana or if it was just like whatever it was under. So I didn't know if they were gonna revisit that or it's just like, hey, whoever's getting touched by the spell gets put alive. Or if you're not aiming it right, it's gonna animate anything. I didn't know if it was gonna be like a mana pool or a power kind of thing, but now that they're mentioning it, now maybe she was destined for this kind of thing. Maybe this was destiny to some capacity. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. I'm excited for her to learn more spells and get more to the actual magic portion of it. You know, I like her little glyphs. They're cute little glyphs. Cute. Who are they?
What?
Yeah. All right. Very cool. I still like I want Amity on her side so bad. I think she's so cool. I just want her to like not be a bitch and not hang out with these girls. And maybe there's gonna be an episode where they're gonna like betray her. They're gonna leave her in the dust or like some capacity. They're gonna. It's basically her friends aren't gonna show up for her. But then us being the sweet group, we're gonna be like, hey, we'll help you out. We'll save you here. We'll do all this stuff. And then maybe we can kind of absorb her there. Ideally, hopefully, please. And just like that. Dude, that episode fucking flew by. That was 37 minutes. Why that was crazy.